Hello everyone, welcome to this video today. Before we start the video, let me show you today's result. Just like I show you on a daily basis, this is today's result. Alright, it's around $149, and let me tell you one thing. The $149 that I made, I earned it entirely and only with the help of SEO, and here the investment is absolutely zero. Zero means literally no investment here at all. Alright, we are using Google Ads. But that I'm doing for my client's account. So again, let me refresh and show you here. There's no Inspector 11 situation going on here. Anyway, let me show you the reports and all, because there are a lot of people, after logging in, I've shown everything. I've shown every single thing. Even after that, people keep messaging me, man. Alright, so this is the status right in front of you. Whoever is watching can see it for themselves. Alright, it's obvious. 58 out of 149 here. This can't be edited. So that's the thing. Whoever wants knowledge about this, or wants to learn about these things, they can contact me on my WhatsApp number below. And one more thing, I'm giving you my guarantee. You'll get really good results, and you will too, if you put in the effort on this. So whoever wants to join this, anyone who wants to join my training program can contact me on the WhatsApp number given below. Now, the main question is, about today. Our topic. All right, let's talk about that topic. A guy recently sent me a question, and his specific question was, "Sir, how can I effectively stop spam flood calls?" Okay, he asked me to tell him about this, especially since whenever we run Google Ad accounts, we often get a lot of spam calls. A lot of spam calls are being generated. Alright, so how can you avoid that? I see a lot of other YouTubers out there who, keep mentioning the names of various products for promoting them. I'm not going to mention any names. If I mention a brand name, then they'll start messaging me on WhatsApp saying, "Bro, why are you letting our service sell?" But a lot of the things they mention are just nonsense. You don't need to do any of that. Even if you use any software, if you keep picking up IPs from there and keep blacklisting them over and over and only keep the whitelist IPs, how much can you really do, and how many people will you have to put on your team for that? How will you stop fake calls? It's impossible because so many people use proxies, use remote access. Your ad will still show up there, right? You can't control that. So what needs to be done here? That's what I'm about to tell you. Here, I'll tell you about 3 or 4 methods because there are quite a few ways you can block a lot of these things. But the very last method I share with you, with that, you'll be able to eliminate about 90% of fake calls. So if you want, that whenever you're running a call campaign, you don't get fake calls. If you also want that, you don't get fake calls in your account, then what do we need to do? So let's talk about that. So the very first thing is, whenever you're creating any Google Ads account for yourself, the first thing is to keep it hidden. The second thing is, whatever ad you're creating, whatever ad you've made, let's suppose that. I'm talking about search ads here, so keep your URL hidden. Whatever URL you're using, make sure to keep that URL hidden. These are the 2 things you need to do first. There's no need to tell anyone which ad you're running and which one you're not. There's no need. Don't tell anyone the name. The biggest reason for this is that when I was working on Market Call, I was running an offer on Market Call. I did pest control, and I did it on video, and I'm actually sharing this for a reason. There could be a lot of YouTubers like me. There could also be a lot of people who provide services like me. When you start showing your landing page URL and these things to others, for competition purposes, they start to click on it. And if they start clicking on your link, then you start getting fake calls. And a lot of people, just for testing purposes, like, how are you talking? How is the call center handling things? What's actually going on? So for that, they make calls just for testing purposes. So, bro, start hiding your URL. It's really important. Okay, if you don't do this, ultimately, your stuff will get messed up. Now, I understood this much. This is the very first thing, bro, that I need to keep my URL hidden from others. What's the second thing you need to do? You need to go into the campaign settings. Let's see if that option appears in the campaign settings or not. And whatever I'm telling you, it's for practical purposes. Alright, so just understand this simple thing. This is all practical, so make sure you understand it really well, okay? So first, we'll click on Campaign Settings. In Campaign Settings, we get a lot of different options. Now, what do we need to do? Whenever we look at it, we'll call on customer acquisition. Now, if you have a specific campaign, okay, and you really want your particular campaign to be shown exclusively to new first-time customers, like you desire this very actively and with great intention, then there are much higher chances that you won't encounter any fake or fraudulent options here. This is especially true if you start the process of bidding for new, targeted campaigns. All right, but I don't recommend this. Okay, but it's up to you. If you want to do it, go ahead. If you don't want to do it, then don't. Now, what's the other thing here when you start creating a campaign? Suppose, for example, I create a search campaign in front of you. I've created a search campaign in front of you. Any website visit or phone call. Generally, most of my students work on phone calls, and even those watching the video usually work on phone calls, so I'm making this for them as well. You can choose anything here. If you feel like, no, my campaign performance is running slow, that's fine. Then you can work on wait for new customer only here. But for that, you'll also have to define your customer list. The data that's required beforehand, but I know that 90% of students won't have that. What's the second thing you'll do? Whenever you create any campaign, always select the second option in the location settings. This will reduce the number of fake calls you receive. After this, the number of fake calls you get will decrease significantly. So, that's the concept for you. So always choose this as the third thing. What else can you do? You can go to the audience section. Go into the audience section. After going into the audience section, this is the third method. All right, this is the third method, and try to understand it very carefully. Okay, now you'll go into the audience section. After going into the audience section, you'll go to demographics and choose any option you like. I'm just using any campaign here. Here, you'll see the option for unknown in front of you. There are two options. Either you uncheck all three by clicking on them, but I don't recommend that. You should never uncheck all three of them. But most of the calls we get, the wrong calls, they usually come from the unknown category. All right. So, what will you do instead? Whatever audience you have here, we set it up in the settings. All right, so for whatever audience we have here, we do a setting for it. Especially in the unknown category, we will edit the unknown. And here, what we'll do is, here, we'll do a bit adjustment and set it to negative, decrease it by 20%. This also helps reduce your unknown calls, just like you do with age. You can start doing the same with gender as well. For the segment that is identified as unknown, it is essential that you proceed to set its corresponding value to a negative figure within the comprehensive framework of the bid adjustment settings. Then you'll go to Household. What will you do with this as well? You'll set it to -2. All right. So what will happen because of this? You'll start getting a lot fewer fake calls. Basically, you can think of it as you'll hardly get any fake calls. They'll almost stop coming in. Now, here's the last thing I want to tell you. If you follow this, then somewhere, the problem you're facing with too many fake calls coming in, like, man, I'm getting way too many fake calls. Okay, that problem will be completely solved for you. That problem will be 100% solved. And whatever I'm telling you here, bro, no one else is going to tell you this on YouTube. I'm telling you that straight up. It's all because of my experience. There are a lot of things. I'm telling you about those things. And if you have any questions or if you're struggling with any problem, just message me in the comments. I read all the messages. And I'm going to provide you a video on that. I'll make a video for you on that topic. I just expect one thing from you. Like the video, subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share it as much as you can. And anyone who shares my video, does all these things, and then contacts me on WhatsApp, I'll even give them a discount on my paid course. I'm telling you this as well, but it totally depends on you. Now, what do we need to do next? The last method, our fourth method, is that if you follow this, you'll get almost no fake calls. What do you need to do for that? Whenever you're creating any campaign, suppose I'm creating a leads campaign. I'm creating a search campaign. Again, continue with the phone call. Let's increase this one as well on Start New. Again, here, let's say you're running it in the United States. All right, never do this. Most people start running it nationwide. If you do this, you can never really avoid fake calls. So what should you do instead? You should cut this, and then come to the advanced search option here. In Add Location in Bulk, try to add whatever locations you need here. Try adding by state, try adding by city, and try adding their postcodes. Now you might say, sir, only 1,000 can be added at once, so just create 10 campaigns, brother. On Google, you can make 20 campaigns, 30 campaigns, even 40 campaigns. If I say there are 41,237 postcodes in the USA, then you'll have to make 41 campaigns. You'll have to make 42 campaigns. Go ahead and make them. It's just a one-time effort. But what's the biggest benefit of doing this? The biggest benefit of this is that you'll avoid fake calls. And once you start avoiding fake calls, obviously your Google optimization rate will also go up. All the pro marketers you know in the market, I'm telling you, they don't do this. Here, I am specifically talking about the postal code of, the United States of America, which is a very important piece of information for many purposes. You search for it. And, these postal codes of the United States, if you try to collect all of them, okay, a page comes up. You'll have to buy it. You'll have to purchase it. All right, if you keep picking up postal codes from each and every place, you'll end up having to buy it. There are a total of 41,000 postal codes, and here only 200 are given. All right, so that's the thing, each PDF, I myself bought the postal code list for $99. I personally paid $99 for it. That's when I enter postal codes like 40, 40, 41, 41, That's when my campaign performance shows up for me. All right, so if you go to buy it here, you'll see a lot of websites. Here, postal codes are sold. They sell postal code data based on the city, based on median income, things like that. All right, if you come to Zip Atlas, let me show you. There's a website called Zip Atlas. Come here. Okay, now if you go to buy postal code data here, you'll be able to buy the data. All right, I said that I want to buy income data. I want to buy per capita income data. All right, so if you go to download data, then here, you'll have to buy it for $249. Sorry, I'm not feeling well. Because of the swelling, it keeps happening again and again. All right, so just understand this thing simply here. This isn't a joke, like you guys think, oh, I'll just run a call ad campaign, I'll run this campaign. But I'm not getting any optimization. I'm not getting any clicks. I'm not getting any calls. None of my calls are getting approved. Why aren't they getting approved? Because there is a difference between a pro marketer and a beginner level marketer. A pro marketer works based on data. They work on data, while a beginner marketer just jumps in blindly, like searching for United States and just launching a campaign without thinking. A pro marketer will think, if I pick 5 states, let me do one thing. I'll pick California, I'll pick Delaware, I'll pick Georgia, I'll pick Maryland, I'll pick Mississippi. If this service gets the most follow-ups in these 5 states. Now, in the United States, there are different temperature zones. Try to understand, this is a bit technical. If you all have time, you'll listen to this and you'll understand it. Even in the United States, there are different temperature zones. In some zones, it gets really cold. In some zones, it gets extremely hot, so the requirements for both zones are different. If you run a flooring campaign in a certain zone, you'll get really good results there. In some zones, you'll run a roofing campaign. You'll get really good results there as well. There are some zones where there's a big problem with pests, like Colorado. Now, I know this because I run this at a very large scale. If you go by income, I'm saying if you go by income. All right, so in my view, I would run it in viewing. If I have to run any loan-related or any such offer, I would run it in Kentucky because that's where most of the loans and these kinds of things happen. Are you getting my point? If not, if you're running things for tax purposes, if you're looking at tax-related things, then you would never run them in California. Because, brother, the tax rate is the highest there, so you would run it somewhere else. You would run it in Idaho, you would run it in Utah, you would run it in Tennessee. Although Tennessee is also high, okay, but you would still run it there. You would run it here. Do you get what I'm saying? Now I said that I have to make an offer for a scholarship. What do I have to do? I have to promote the scholarship offer. Now, if I have to promote a scholarship offer, I will never promote it based on income. I will promote the scholarship offer by the education level. How will I promote the scholarship offer? By the education level. Most scholarships are given after the 10th grade there. The person in 10th grade chases scholarships the most, so I'll look at who is running after scholarships the most. Now, I'll focus on the status, where people are chasing scholarships the most. I'll download the data for that state. I'll have to buy this data. Are you getting it or not? Suppose I have to get someone a loan. There's something called a disability loan. There's an offer for a disability loan. Look, whoever really understands what I'm saying today, whoever learns this database carefully, whoever gets in touch with this database, meaning if you memorize it like, bro, I'll have to make this method, that person will be able to run paper calls, and the one who's just sitting there thinking, bro, I'll run USA nationwide. Bro, you'll just end up dealing with fake calls. You're working for the client, right? If you're working for the client, bro, you'll have to run it based on income. If you're working on pest control, then you'll want to look at precisely where the most pest control jobs come from, which particular state consistently gets them, and which specific demographic or group of people tends to generate the most pest control jobs. I'm telling you, I target Asians because honestly, there's not a crazy amount of money from Asia there. Okay, I'm literally telling you, this is such a big deal. I mean, it's medium earning. They get the most services, and they're also the ones who take the most services. For scholarships, I always go for things related to education level. I focus on 10th grade. Whenever I have to work on loans, I go for things related to unemployment. That too, the data between 16 and 44. The data between 16 and 44. You don't get conversions for data above 45. All right, I'm telling you everything very openly. Someone messaged me, and that friend told me, sir, please discuss your method with me once. Just share your approach once, if you want to earn in PPC or in affiliate marketing. If you properly understand what I'm explaining here, you get it, right? Then you'll be able to do it. If you're selling a ClickBank product in affiliate marketing, and you start selling after understanding the income base, if you start targeting people with a household income between 25 and 64, most of the products are neutral products that sell well. You'll be able to sell them. You'll even be able to sell spiritual products from here. But brother, you'll have to get the data. You'll have to focus on the data. You can't just go ahead without focusing on the data. You'll have to do targeting in some way or another. You'll be able to do more city-wise targeting. You'll be able to do more state-wise targeting. But we still have to target those states, right? A lot of people will say, sir, I'll just use ChatGPT. Go ahead and try using it now. ChatGPT won't give you any information about this. ChatGPT will just show you 8 or 10 states. That's it, nothing more. Where will you get the rest from? You'll have to do it yourself, right? When you need to look at things medium payment-wise, you'll have to focus properly on each and every aspect. Only then will you be able to get things done. No doubt about it here. I know I'm making this video quite long, but somewhere you'll have to understand this point. You have to think about your data. You know, it depends on the offer. Focus on the offer and the data in the offer. Someone who doesn't know anything, who doesn't want to put in the effort. If you don't want to put in the effort, then just focus on one thing and one thing only. Just focus only and only on the data with high income. Just take the per capita income data. Every time, think about it like, this is a state where there are a lot of Asians. Or this is a state where there are a lot of whites. Or this is a state where there are Hawaiians. Just focus on that. Just put your mind to this. After thinking about this, what do you have to do? You just have to, focus on these things, then make your own Google copy based on that. You get what I mean? I think you guys must be understanding things now. This is all you need to do. Other than this, my brother, you really don't need to put in any extra effort. This is all you have to do. Just focus on which place has the highest per capita income. In which state or city is it the highest? You should actively promote flight products there. You should also promote pay-per-call services there. And you should definitely promote surveys there and promote CPA offers there as well. If you promote absolutely anything there, your business will most certainly turn highly profitable from that particular place. So, it's time to stop playing at the beginner level. Instead, you should play with comprehensive data. As much as you possibly can play with data, you must do it. If you don't get results, let me know.
Okay.
So that's all for this video. If you liked my effort, if you found my information useful, make sure to like the video. Definitely subscribe to the channel and comment any questions you have. Just drop your question in the comments and I'll make a video about it. But my friend, the methods and all those things that are part of the paid course, they really take a lot of hard work. We also learn, we also invest money. So we can't give that away for free. So you should join that. You'll get full value for it. All right, that's for sure. That's our guarantee. And secondly, I'm giving you all the information from my side. Now, whoever wants to join, whoever wants this kind of result, brother, look, there are no screenshots. Nothing at all. You also know if you want real results like this, if you want the real thing. Okay, so you can join us and you will definitely get a great result out of it. Okay, so I hope you liked this video. I hope you understood everything I said. Please, like, subscribe and comment. Be sure to ask your questions in the comments. Ask as many questions as you can in the comments, and I am definitely going to help you. Okay, so I hope you liked this video. I hope you understood everything. Comment on WhatsApp. Come to WhatsApp and message me on the given number. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.